Alright, y'all, so y'all know what time it is. I'm back. Your girl is back. I know it's been a minute. I know it's been a minute, y'all. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. But I'm back. And y'all know what I'm back with. Another group dynamics video. Another group dynamics video. How should I give it to y'all this go around? It's been a minute. I gotta hit y'all with a selection. Y'all already know. Maybe at the time you're right. We ain't getting no younger. Hey, y'all know time. What a funny it. You know I can't forget of my mind. What a funny it. Y'all know what time it is. I love it when you ride on me. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what group we getting into today. Hey, when you pull it up, yeah, tell them Jagged. Alright, y'all. Y'all know how I get. It's been a minute. I had to give y'all a little more than usual. You know how I go. But today we gonna get into the Jagged Edge group dynamics video. So let's get into it. Y'all know what time it is. Come on with it. Alright, so off top, Jagged Edge, we got 4 members. We got the twins. Y'all know the twins, they up front. We got our Libra twins, born October 13th. We got Brandon Casey and Brian Casey, October 13th, 1975. And like I said, that's my Libra brother. And then we got Kyle. You know what I mean? Kyle the Wild Child, you feel me? We'll get into that later though. Kyle Norman, February 26, 1976. You got your Pisces, you know what I mean? Then we got Wingo, Richard Wingo, September 3rd, 1975. And that's the Virgo of the group. That's the Earth of the group, you feel me? So let's get into it. Alright, so off top, you know, we gotta start with the twins. So we got Brian and Brandon. So like I said, they're Libra. So what do we know about Libra? Libra is all about, you know, Libra is ruled by Venus. It's all about the pleasure. It's all about the beautiful things in life. You feel me? It's all about, you know, nice things. You know, looking good, feeling good. If you look good, you feel good, you smell good. All of the above. You know how I go. That's what Venus is all about. Venus is about the pleasures in life. It ain't about, I mean, it's about the beauty in life. It ain't about that ugly, all that conflict, all that fight. No, it's about the beautiful things, you feel me? So that's where Venus is at with it. So, you know, off top, Libra's gonna like the nice thing. You feel me? Libras like nice things. Libras like nice stuff. Libras like pleasures. Libras like to be in pleasurable environments. They like pleasurable food. They like pleasurable people. They indulge in the pleasures, you feel me? That's what you're gonna know off top. So Brandon and Brian, they gonna indulge in, you know, the beautiful things in life. You know what I mean? With that being, you feel me, them being artists, that makes sense, you feel me? That's the art, that's the beauty, that's the pleasure, you feel me? They're gonna be in the women, you mean? Their music caters to women, you feel me? Libra is also an air sign, you feel me? So an air sign, you know, that has to do with words, that has to do with communication, that has to do with making them connections, those relationships. That's what that air has to, that's what air does. Air moves, air builds those relationships, air connects, you feel me? That's what the air does, you feel me? So you know that they're going to be connectors, they're going to bring people together, they're going to be building with different relationships, they're going to be using their words, you feel me, in that Venusian way. They're going to be good with their words, they're going to be loving, they're going to be sweet, they're going to know how to talk, they're going to know how to talk to you how you want to be talked to, you know what I'm saying? They're going to talk to you how you want to be talked to, baby. Straight up. Got all that going on, then you got to also take into consideration, this is what people forget, and this is what a lot of people don't take into consideration when it comes to Libra. It's a cardinal sign, you feel me? You got to keep that in mind. I don't care how sweet they are, how docile they act. None of that. I don't care how good they may look, all of that, how sweet they may act, all of that in your face. This is a cardinal sign, bro. They came here to get shit done, you feel me, and move on to the next, you feel me. That it is what it is, and that's what people forget about it because they get caught all up in the Venus and oh, they so sweet and all this. This is a cardinal sign, man. They came to get something done, you feel me. They came to get it done, you feel me. Period. Now I mean, they came to get something started, get something cracking. Whatever it is, you feel me? Whatever they got in their mind, you feel me? It's their air sign, you feel me? That's their mind, it's their brain, it's their communication. Whatever they thinking, they came to put it in action, you feel me? They came to get it started, you feel me? They didn't come to think about all of that, you feel me? They came to get their thoughts, or get their ideas started, get they, you see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta keep that in mind. So even though they're relating to you, they still trying to get their shit off. You see what I'm saying? They're still trying to get their ideas off. They're still trying to, even though they may relate it to you, you feel me? They may make it sound good to you. It's still, in actuality, what they want. You know what I'm saying? Their pleasure, you feel me? Their Venus. It's still, I don't care how they made it sound. They made you feel like, you feel me? Using them words, they might activate. If you got water, they might have made you, you know what I mean? But in actuality, they still trying to get off what they want. They thoughts, their ideas, that, you mean, whatever they conceptualize in their mind, they trying to build that. You know what I'm saying? They trying to start that. So whatever you got going on and how you think y'all finna relate and all that don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? So bam. You got that with Libra. You got the Cardinals. So you know when they come in the room, they coming to get something started. They coming to get something going. Alright, so we got the communication, bam, we talking, moving, shaking. We got the words. We got Venus. You got the nice words. You got the beautiful words. This is where that writing comes in. The twins were the main writers of the group. They wrote most of the music. They write most of the music for Jagged. That's where that comes in. They're able to, create beautiful things with their words. They're able to talk that good shit to you. Period. Let's get married. But ain't nobody in the group married. You feel me? Libra. Probably looked at everything when they said all of that. Libra, Venus, wanna relate. All of that. It's just the idea, baby. It's just the idea. You feel me? Keep that in mind. It's just the idea. You know what I mean? It can't always come into reality. You feel me? It won't always be. It usually won't be that once you bring it down into reality. And that's where the problem comes in. When the idea don't match the reality, that's when Libras get to get. But that's neither here nor there. We talking about the group, you feel me? So as far as the twins go, like I said, that Venus and that air, that's why they were able to write all of those love songs and sweet nothings to you and all of that. But in actuality, they out here frolicking and doing whatever they want to do. But they making it sound good. They making it look good. You see what I'm saying? That's what the air is. So, and they also, they sung, you feel me? There's a beautiful voice. They sing, you feel me? That's their creativity. They're going to put that creativity into air, you feel me? They're going to put it into air, the words they're singing. They're going to put their creativity into singing, you feel me? Versus whereas the Venus and Taurus is earth, is more talent, it's more you're vocally blessed, you see what I'm saying? It's more, you're just vocally gifted, your vocal cords are blessed because Taurus is the throat. It's more earth, more your physical body. They're putting their creativity into the air. They're writing, you see what I'm saying? They're able to create. They're bringing more of their creativity into the air more so than it just being that they're the best singer. They can create the best. You see what I'm saying? They can put the best words together. They can charm you the best. You see what I'm saying? They can create the best in the air element. You see what I'm saying? It's more about what they're saying and the message that they're getting across than it is their actually singing capabilities. Even though they can sing, you see what I'm saying? It's not like a Taurus where it's like they're just singing out of the, you see what I'm saying? It's just like their natural singing of just wows you. It don't matter what they singing about. They fa la 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 la, but just their ability, the talent, the natural talent will wow you. That air and the air and the Venus is more like their ability to put those words together, how they put that song together and how they created it, you know what I mean? And we were able to relate it to you and it just touched your life and you were able to seek into it. That's that Venus and air quality, you see what I'm saying, where it's bringing you in, but it's like because it's relating to you, it's touched you. But you see what I'm saying? It sound good, and it's just able to. It's more so that where you're relating to what they're saying, the message that they're getting across. You're loving that as opposed to where it's just their natural talent. Like, oh, I'm just loving their voice. Like their voice is everything. Where it would be in Taurus and Libra is more like, oh, I love their the way they put those words together. I love the way they put that song together. I love the way they presented that to me. You see what I'm saying? Like, dang, that touched me. Like, how you know what I was going through? Like that quality. So that's why you saw like they were able to, like when they wrote songs and stuff, like people would get married to them and stuff like that because they were able to relate it. You see, they can relate that Venus quality. People can attach to that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of their music had to do with love and stuff like that, and their hits and stuff like that. So it's all about that Venus quality. You feel me? People can relate to that Venus quality, so they're gonna attach to that. Even though they may not necessarily be in that situation themselves, they can relate it to you in that communicative. Well, you saying they can communicate it to you, even though they may not necessarily be going through that in their life experience. And they communicate it to you. You see what I'm saying? They can make it look good to you. Whatever it is, they can make it look good to you. You see what I'm saying? Because Libra, that's that me and you. That's that us. That's that we. You see what I'm saying? That's the, yeah, man. I always keep that in mind. But okay, we're gonna get off the twins, but that's how they contributed to the group. So that Venus quality they were able to bring, like I said, those love songs, the air quality, those love songs, that just that overall good vibe. When you see them in interviews and things like that, they're always laid back. I mean, they'll speak. You can tell they're the like. You can tell like they're the lead, but they know how to fall back. You see what I'm saying? They know how to cater to the other. You see what I'm saying? And you gotta always remember that with that Libra. They know how to give to the other. You see what I'm saying? They always keep the other in mind. So whereas another lead singer may take over the interview or may be anxious to talk or always want to lead, always want to fire off, always want to be the first to speak, always want to have something to say, always want to carry the interview, the way the Libra is going to lead is going to be more so, always considering the other, so they're going to know how to fall back. So you may not necessarily know, and this probably was good for the group, and I'll talk about that later once we go through the other people, but this aspect is probably good for the group because it's like a subtle leader. You see what I'm saying? They know how to fall back. They know how to let other people speak. They know how to let you feel good in your role, whatever your role is, but still be the leader. You see what I'm saying? Still know their role and be secure in that. You see what I'm saying? So it's always like a good, push pull. So you'll see like in the interviews, like even though they're the two main ones, like so a lot of times like Kyle will be in the front or Wingo will be in the front or they'll let somebody else take the lead. Like they don't always have to be in the front, you feel me, to be lead. You know what I mean? To be in ahead of, you know what I'm saying, to be in charge. They don't always have to be in the front per se to be leading. You see what I'm saying? They can have more, they can fall back more. You see what I'm saying? They can be more, a little bit more laid back. You see what I'm saying? As long as everything is going good and stable and ain't nobody doing nothing extra, they could fall back. So that's why you see a lot of interviews where you would think that them being the leads, they would be in the front, like they would be the ones with the mic. Like a lot of times they'll like back up and let like the other two talk or whatever and let them get theirs off. Like whereas they may know like the interview want to speak to them, but they gonna make sure it's all equal. They gonna make sure everything is dealt out equal. They gonna make sure it's fair. You see what I'm saying? Or they're going to try to. You see what I'm saying? So whereas another group may have an issue with their lead trying to take the lead, you know what I'm saying, trying to overshadow them or something like that. This group didn't necessarily have that issue, you see what I'm saying, because they were able to fall back. They could, they could not be in the spotlight and still be secure in whatever they had going on within their group. So they could know how to let another person shine or, you know what I mean, how to, like I said, just make sure it's fair. Make sure everybody get a little bit of light. Make sure everybody getting their money. Make sure everybody, at least try to. Now, this don't always, he ain't saying I always work out that way. But just for like watching the interviews and stuff, you can see that where you would be like expecting, like I was expecting when I turned it on, like see them talking more and more so taking over the conversation or trying to lead the conversation. They would a lot of times fall back and the other members would be the first to speak, and you'll be like, hold on, like, like I thought the brothers was like, they're the brothers, but it's like, they don't have to do that. You see what I'm saying? They're relating. They're going to relate. They're going to be fair. They're going to be even. They're going to be balanced. They're going to consider the other, which is a great quality for a group. You see what I'm saying? And then them being twins and already being born in a group, You see what I'm saying? Like that dynamic is already there. That duality is already there. You see what I'm saying? So they came in here in a group. You know what I mean? So it's just like this is just like an extension of their brothers. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't really a hard idea for them to grasp or to adapt to, because like I said, they came in as a group. You see what I'm saying? So it was never an issue of me, because it was always us. It was always we. You feel me? It was always Libra. It was always seventh house. It was always on somebody else to do something with. You see what I'm saying? So they may get into an issue where they're alone. You see what I'm saying? When they have to separate from each other, they may have problems when it comes to that. Even now, like, I'm not discussing them as individuals. Like, I'm discussing them as a we. Like, I'm discussing both of them at the same time. You see what I'm saying? As though they're one person. These are two different individuals. Like, that's what I mean. Like, it's that deep. Like, you gotta look at it. Look at it. Pay attention. That's all I'm saying. But they probably, as far as their dynamic as brothers, they probably push each other a lot and keep each other going a lot, but they can also hold each other back because, like I said, it's that we dynamic where it's always about the we. It's always about the we. Sometimes the I can suffer in the we. You feel me? We all done been there. You feel me? Where you was trying to be we too bad and the I suffered. You know what I mean? You always gotta look out for I, and it's not in a selfish way, but that's just is what it is. At the end of the day, you gotta take care of you before you can take care of anybody else. And they can get lost when you always in the we, you feel me? When you born in the we, you feel me? That could probably be like when one of the other goes off and like experience different little stuff in life, or like try to, grow or change or anything, like it's probably hard for them because they the we, you know what I mean? So it's like if we ain't getting married, you ain't get. You see what I'm saying? Like how you gonna get married and I ain't get married? Like how you gonna like? So that's where it could be like they can hold each other back, but it's like the we can push you because it's like they both sung, they both were singers, they both were writers. I'm sure they had a lot of down days where they didn't want to do it no more, and it was just like bro, we can do this, like we got this, like what is you talking about? Like they can push each other, you know what I mean? Especially when the goal is the same, you feel me? We on the same page, so it's like we can push each other even further than you ever could go on your own, you know what I mean? But like I said, it can also hinder you because when it's time to separate and do the I, you feel me? It could be a little shaky, you know what I mean? When it's time for you to stand on what you believe in and separate from bro, that's when it may be a problem, you know what I mean? So this could have created a dynamic where it was like, yeah, man, the brothers versus the other two, you see what I'm saying? That could also be an issue. But like I said, with them being so like to relate so much, it's like it wouldn't even be like that because they're air, they're light, they're moving. You see what I'm saying? So it would just be like an extension of their brotherhood. Like okay, it's just more brothers. You know what I mean? And this is Venus. This is not Mars. So Venus wants to relate. Venus wants to like you. Venus wants to be liked. You know what I mean? Like Venus is gonna bring the good vibes for the most part. Until you bring some other vibes, then that's something totally different. But for the most part, Venus gonna come to the table lighthearted. You feel me? Wanting to get the best out of the situation because Venus like good thing. Venus ain't trying to fight and argue and do none of that. Venus trying to kick back, smoke one. You feel me? Eat good, laugh good. You know what I mean? Like it's Venus. Keep it in mind. So probably when the group got into conflicts and stuff like that, like they said, they used to fight all the time and stuff like that. They have that side to them where like they can fight and they can do all of that, but at the end of the day, it's about the we. So it's like, shit, we still a group. You know what I mean? We did all that, and we still we. And so whatever you feeling, and chalk it up, cause it's not emotional. It's air. So you gotta keep that in mind. It's air. It's light. It move, change, go different directions. It's air. They not finna keep them bad vibes just cause you got attitude. Like they Venus, you see what I'm saying? They not finna keep that in. Like we fought, okay, we got it all, man, we cool. Fuck that though. You know what I mean? Like we got it all, alright, cool. Back to Venus, back to chilling, back to being cool. And if you stay on that, like you're the type of person that wanna hold it, like they gonna blow on away from you straight up. blow on away from you. You tripping. Air too thick over here. Got to go elsewhere. Straight up. Alright, so that was part one of the Jagged Age Group Dynamics video. Hey, cause I gotta be cause I'm alone. Hey. We ain't gonna even do it. I ain't gonna even go. I gave y'all whole 2 minutes. So I ain't gonna give y'all no more. Yeah, I mean. But that was part one of the Jagged Edge Group Dynamics video. We got to get into my Libra brethren. Got to get into the twins. You know what I mean? See how they like to relate. See how they like to talk. See how they like to, cater to the ladies. You feel me? They like to make love songs and whatnot. Even though, they may not necessarily be engaged in such activities, you feel me? They just like to make it look good to you, make it sound good to you, make you feel all warm inside. But I gotta go. Air. Air got to go. Gotta keep it moving. But hey, make it sound good, make it look good, might taste good, might feel good. But don't get too caught up, cause shit ain't sweet, you feel me? Shit ain't sweet. But we got to get into that today. We got to go through Libra, see how the two Libras operate, how they lead their group. You feel me? As opposed to, how other people may choose to lead their group. They like to, like fall back sometimes. They ain't got to always be in the forefront. You know what I mean? They going to lead, a silent leader. Know how to fall back sometimes. And that's always good, when you got a group dynamic going on. So as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you kick back with part 2. Let me know what you think down below.